Hello?
Hello.
Ah,
Ma'am.
okay. Can we start, ma'am?
Okay,
Okay.
it's audible.
Okay, it's audible. A very warm good afternoon to one and all here. Namaste. And I feel I, myself, Professor Veena Tirlapur, Head of the Department of Home Science, welcoming you all to the one-day state-level webinar on menstrual hygiene solutions to improve the knowledge and attitude and practices. Today, our KD Arts and Commerce College organizes this on the eve of International Menstrual Hygiene Day. The reason behind organizing this webinar is to create awareness among the girls and women regarding a good menstruation hygiene practices because poor menstruation hygiene causes a lack of education on the issues, persisting to taboos and stigmas, limited access to hygienic menstrual products, and poor sanitary infrastructure under the educational opportunities, health, and overall social status of the women and girls around the world. As a result of this, many million women and girls kept reaching their full potential. To uplift the potential of each and every human being and women and girls, we are creating awareness through this platform on the pandemic era also. So far, our college has organized around 45 to 50 webinars creating awareness regarding various fields. It's an honor itself program for the very good cause. I welcome our beloved principal, Professor M.V. Kolavi, sir, on behalf of all the participants and organizing team. I welcome you, sir. I take a pleasure to welcoming our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Srimati A.K. Mutt Madam. On behalf of all the organizing committee and the college, I wholeheartedly welcome you, madam. On behalf of our management and all the participants who have gathered here, I welcome today's chief guest, a speaker, Dr. Shakuntala B. Sasvihalli, for this program. On behalf of our management, I wholeheartedly welcome you, madam. I wish a warm welcome to all the participants from the different fields to be a part of this webinar and awareness program. I hope the participant get good, reliable information through this platform. We are creating awareness on this particular eve. Now, I would like to introduce today's guest of speaker, Dr. Shakuntala Sasvihalli. Miss, I feel very immense pleasure to introduce resource person for the one-day state-level webinar on menstrual hygiene, solutions to improve the knowledge, attitude, and practices. On the eve of International Menstrual Hygiene Day, celebrated every year on this day, that is 28th year. Madam Dr. Shakuntala Sasvihalli completed her education from primary to her post-graduation in the heritage soil, that is in Gadag only. Madam has completed BAMS and post-graduation of DGM from the reputed respected college, DGM Ayurvedic Medical College, Gadag. Madam presently working as a professor and head of the department of Agata Tantra in SDM Trust Ayurvedic Medical College, Terdal of Bagalkot district. And also working as a hospital superintendent in SDM Trust Ayurvedic Medical College and Research Center, Terdal of Bagalkot district. Madam, having a 14 years of experience in your undergraduate teaching and 7 years of experience in PG students. And Madam has guided over 10 PG students in Agaratantra subjects and 2 PG scholars in Prasuti and Stri Roga, a subject of various domains. Madam Dr. Shakuntala has presented papers in international level, national level, and state level conferences and webinars and seminars. Brief introduction, dear participant, please join me in welcoming the speaker, Dr. Shakuntala Sasvihari. A warm welcome you, madam. Now the stage is yours, ma'am. And one request, I would like to request all the participants to mute their mics. I request all the participants to mute their mics. Can I share the PPT, madam?
Yeah. So, namaste to one and all. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I bow my head to all the gurus in my life, including my father and mother. Without them, I am nowhere here. Satata Adhyayana Vada Paratantra Avalokanam, Acharya Seva iti Buddhi Veda Karumanaha. By doing constant Adhyayana, that is Satata Adhyayana, constant study, it may be a practice, updating the knowledge, everything. Vada. Vada means discussion, arguments, debate, interaction. Paratantra Avalokanam. When you are going to appreciate parallel and allied science and you are going to study that also, and when you are going to do the seva of Acharya Seva iti, that is respecting, serving, admiring, not only the teachers, but also the books, the library and internet, whatever you are going to rely. So these are all going to increase your buddhi, meda. Buddhi means the knowledge, knowledge, meda means the intellectual. So that's how you are going to increase you're going to keep your brain in function, and this is going to increase the optimum level of activity. So, namaste once again, respected principal, Professor M.B. Kovali sir, Dr. Srimati A.K. Mat madam, and Srimati Veena Turlapur. Let me have the introduction. Yes. Next slide, please. Menstrual hygiene management has been defined as women and adolescent girls using a clean menstrual materials to absorb or collect blood that can be changed in privacy as often as necessary for the duration of the menstrual period, using soap and water for washing the body as required, and having access to facilitate to dispose of used menstrual management materials. This was being given by the UNICEF and WHO in the year 2014. This definition was being given by the WHO. However, menstrual hygiene is not just about the management of the menstrual period, but also the need to address social belief and taboos surrounding the issue. Menstrual Hygiene Day, that is the MHD, is an annual awareness day which we are going to celebrate on 20th May that aims to break taboos and raise awareness about the importance of good menstrual hygiene management. Menstrual management is a woman's, or the menstruation is a woman's monthly bleeding, most normally which starts from the for 3 to 5 days. Menstrual cycle provides important body chemicals called hormones, which they are going to help for the health. A cycle is counted from the first day of the first period to the first day of the next period. Previous slide. The silence around menstruation, that slide only. Next. Fifth slide. Okay. Next. Fifth slide. Okay. The silence around menstruation, lack of access to sanitization facilities and hygiene absorbent directly affect women and adolescent girls' self-esteem, health, and education. So how do they? So school attendance. When we check the internet, we come across that in 1 in 10 girls in Africa miss school during the menses. This was being dated by or recorded by UNESCO. So why these students miss the school? Because of the lack of toilets, or there may be lack of water, or there may be no clean toilet for the girls to have during their periods, or there may be no waste bins which are being deleted, and many more problems, and due to the shy or the fear that it may have some leak during the daytime. So because of that, the girl students are missing their schools. Access to hygiene products. In India, up to 80% of girls use cloth, old cloth as absorbent. Yes, still now in the rural areas, the girls are using the cloth. So how it is going to cause the infection? So the girls are using the old cloth, first thing, which is unhygiene. The second thing is that still there is a shame and the shy or the stigma that which is going to depress us, that the cloths which are not cleaned properly, first they are being cleaned with the hided manner, and they are also being dried in the hided manner in the shade. Usually the cloth should be dried in the extreme sun hot rays, wherein they disinfect the cloth, and that should be used. And it is being dried in such a places that there is no uh, uh, clean area. So in that dark room or in the storeroom, they are going to dry it, wherein there will be more infection because of the insects are going to come. They are going to excrete. They are going to have their saliva or something over that cloth, and this cloth is being reused again without washing. So these are so many causes for the unhygiene condition. Stigmatization and insecurity in rural communities. Women and girls are forced to sleep in separate shed while menstruating. Yes, still there are some myths that it is being found. The menstruating woman is not allowed to enter the kitchen. She is not allowed to cook. She is not allowed to offer prayers. She is not allowed to prepare some of the food which is being kept for the longer duration. Yes, she is not going to enter the prayer room because of the respect to the religion and the towards the sentiments towards others. But she can prepare food, she can store food, but in as the other days. But she should be general, she should follow some of the general hygiene condition, then she can be allowed. Next slide, please. Sixth slide. Okay. That era, in those days, how we were, periods, that is menstrual cycle, would be looked down upon with the shame. Lot of scarcity and secrecy around the topic. Men from mythological to the modern India have tried to keep women weak by citing impurity due to the period. Menstrual women are isolated and may sit in one place without touching anything, lest it becomes impure. Next. Next slide. So today, how we are in this area, or nowadays, we are even exposing to each and everything. Today, even the sanitizer, napkins, and other the cups, everything are being advertised openly. They do not use the word undeno. Today, tampons, sanitizing napkins, pads, periods, puberty, etc. are topics that has been brought out of the closet. Girls women are quite comfortable discussing about them within themselves or in the group or like that without hesitation. But however, the awareness is missing. That awareness was being tried to put forth, and the day was being chosen. Next slide. Day was being chosen as 28th May, International Menstrual Hygiene Day. Yes, we the girls, we should be very proud to celebrate this day. Next. Why the talk is mandatory? Yes, it has been mandatory and it is very necessary. And this is the need of today's session. Menstruation and menstrual practice still have many social, culture, and religious restrictions which are a big barrier in the path of menstrual hygiene management. In many parts of the countries, especially in rural areas, girls are not prepared and aware about the menstruation, so they face many difficulties and challenges at home, schools, and workplace. Girls and women have very less or no knowledge about the reproductive tract infection caused due to the ignorance of the personal hygiene during menstrual time. In rural areas, women do not have access to sanitization product or sanitary products, or they know very little about the type, method of using them, or are unable to afford such products due to the high cost. So they mostly are rare on the reusable cloth pads which they wash and they reuse it again. So there should be a need to educate and make them aware about the environmental pollution what it is being causing by the use of these all various menstrual material, hygiene management materials, and the health hazard which is implementation of the modern techniques like insuration, but these all help for the reduction of the waste, and this will be safety to the whole environment. Next slide, please. Veena madam, next slide, please. A lifetime, a woman appropriately used near about 11,000 plus sanitary pads in her lifetime. A woman is using these pads and she becomes victim for the various chemicals, the dioxin or chemicals which are being used, which are being produced after bleaching the cotton or the wood pulp inside the plastic, inside the pad and along with the plastic base. 25%, 27% of the world's women are suffering from, and they are dying from the cervical cancers in India due to the poor menstrual hygiene. Previous one. Previous one. So I need eight slides. 8 slides. Yes. Yes. Next. Yes. Next. Next. Previous one. Sorry. Previous one. Just for that, Veena. See. Near about 6 to 7 years the women spend in the menstruation only. A woman appropriately uses 11,000 plus sanitary pads. These contains the chemicals that is a dioxin. these dioxins are the byproducts which are being produced, when the wool or the wooden pulp is being burned, and this is a very high chemical component. This is going to stay in the pad for the longer duration, and whenever this is a byproduct of burning the wood pulp or the herbicide, and this is been going to stay. So when the wood pulp is being bleached with the chlorine, the dioxin is a chemical which is being obtained, and this is very serious to the persisting environmental pollution also. The pads which are being thrown in the environment, the dioxin which is there, it is stable and it is not going to decompose, or it is not going to change its taste, and it gets mixed up with the mud, soil, or the sedimentary water, and here the animals and the plants which grow there, they use this, and this enters the body of the human being. It enters the, even the woman is using the bad pads, it enters the body of each and every man or animal in the environment. So what it is going to do, after entering the body, it gets accumulated in the fat, and this stays for the longer days, several years you think, and near about 7 to 11 years, only half of the dioxins is being decomposed, rest all is going to stay in the body itself. It is going to cause hormonal, endocrine, and reproductive, and it is also going to disrupt the immunity system. It is not only going to disrupt the female body, but it is also going to disrupt the male body when it is been entering inside the body, when the animals which are having the more fat contents, because this is the dioxin is accumulated in the fat. When these animals are being consumed, so these are going to increase, they get deposited in the body, and they are going to reduce the sperm count, they are going to cause the type 2 diabetes, and they are going to cause the low testosterone level, etc., and they are also going to lead for the cancer also. So when these are in the pads, when these dioxins are in the pads, here the absorption, the dioxin is a chemical which is being absorbed by the skin. So it enters the skin, and through the skin it enters the bloodstream and circulates to all the organs. So here the mild liver damage also it is going to have. As it is going to absorb through the skin, there will be skin rashes, skin discoloration, excessive body hair growth, etc. So here, how it is going to lead for the cancer? The first thing is that it is going to suppress the immune system. When the immune system is being suppressed, at that time what happens? Usually the cervical cancer is being caused by the human papilloma virus or the STD diseases. Here, as the body becomes weak, the viruses enters the body, and they are going to cause the DNA defect, wherein there will be mutation of the cells and the overgrowth of the cells, wherein they are going to stay for the longer time, but they are not going to die. So here, this is going to cause a tumor. And next is that is the 27% of the women with the poor hygiene and use of these pads, everything, they are having the cancer effect. Next. Next slide. So here 70% of all reproductive disease in women are caused by poor menstrual hygiene. 1,50,000 of the reproductive diseases, women are suffering from the reproductive diseases. So depending upon several factors, what are these several factors? Economic condition, yes. When the women or the family of the girl or a woman, he is within the poverty or very poor, during that time she is going to use the cloth. No, that slide is she is going to use the cloth. She is going to use a cloth which is reusable. But where she is cleaning that, how she is cleaning that, how she is drying that, how she is maintaining the hygiene, that becomes a matter. So cloth, yes, it's also good material for the menstrual hygiene, but it should be done in the hygiene condition. So for this, to combat this economical condition, the menstrual cup is there, which can be used for 10 years, and this will cost for 399 to 599. So, but this silica cup can be used for the longer period and without any side effects. Culture and thought process of the community. Yes, this has to be changed. Even though we are proud with that, we are going to say that we are in the modern era, but still we are the myth believers that we are in the last late 20th century only. We are not changed any of our culture. Individuality, upbringing. So individuality, upbringing. Yes, the parents are the main motivator. There is a saying in Kannada that is Taiye Modala Guru, Manaye Modala Patashala. Yes, here the parents has to educate the woman, the mother who has undergone all the process. She is very much experienced in that situation wherein when the child reaches the puberty, when the daughter reaches the puberty, at that time she has to educate each and everything what the physiology changes is going to occur in her body, because she has to become more confident and wherein she has to enter the world. Even after the adolescent, when the boy is also entering the puberty, at that time there should be no hiding or nothing. Whenever the child is going to ask some questions related to the menstruation, that question should be answered without any hesitation, and the doubt should be cleared there itself only. Access to availability of hygiene management. Yes, we have to assess all the availabilities which we are going to have during the menstrual management. So we have to wash is the aim wherein it of the WHO, wherein water, sanitary pad, and hygiene. These are the main things wherein the medical science is working upon. Next. So poor menstrual hygiene question.
Once again,
First, we have to know what does the
hello.
what does the poor hygiene mean. So there are some of the questions which are going to arise here. Do I know what is menstruation? Yes, it's a question. What the changes are going to occur in our body? If you are not knowing about that, then how it is? It's quite problematic. And my menstrual just started in this year, and I am previous slide only, Meena.
Once again, doctor, I want to interrupt a little bit.
Previous slide only. I
Okay.
think 13th slide number 13.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, previous slide only.
Okay. If the link is
okay,
I ask the
so do I know
join.
what is menstruation? My menstruation just started this year, and am I comfortable with my body? What I am using for absorbing the menstrual flow? How do I dispose of the use of these pads? How many times do I change the pads or the cloth? How many times do I wash myself? How do I buy my pads? So these are the things wherein the woman is going to have the questions to herself only. So now we will solve one by one. What is menstruation? So the menstruation is a cyclical change which is going to occur in the female when she reaches to age 10 to 16 years